Hello, hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I know the stream said it's having a little bit of a lag issue for a second here, but hopefully once I get things set up a little bit better, it should be doing well. But yeah, I hope everybody is doing fabulous today. So as soon as I programmed this to go to like happen at this time, Yami immediately hopped in and was like, "Can't wait for this." So hi, Yami. Hope you're doing well if you're here. I see Husky Ninja as well. Hope you are doing fabulous. It's a Cade build party, right? Oh my goodness. Right? No. We are gonna be having some fun with this. I'm basically hold on, I'm trying to pull up some lo-fi. I honestly liked the Proi lo-fi mix from last time, so I'm just gonna have that kind of just in the background. This is gonna be a very chill stream. I don't know if that's too loud. Maybe let me turn it down some here. Don't know if that's gonna be too loud. We'll try that. We'll try that one. But yes, welcome in. Hello, Husky. Hope you are doing well. We're gonna be trying to maintain the internet as best we can. It may also just be a bad, like connection or something on my part. I don't know. I don't know how well the camera here is going to come through, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try seeing how well this does, because I don't know how well this camera is going to do. It seems to be doing okay, but then my signal dips like crazy. So, Cade, boo. Hey, Weiss, how are you? Apologies if there is buffering. Maybe just like slide back a little bit in the live stream or something and like give it some time to buffer or something. I don't know. There's not gonna be a whole bunch going on today, but I do want to chat a little bit as well as show off some stuff. I guess, you know, we're not gonna like wait too terribly long for this. We're gonna get into this. But yes, hope all of you are doing well. This stream has been planned for a long time, and now I get to talk with my hands. That's the weird thing. You know what they say about big hands, right? Big gloves. Anyway, this has been planned for a long time. And when I say that, I mean like 3+ years. I want to say it was at least 3 years. The heat wave is over. Yay, good. We're getting it bad over here now. Well, it's kind of a cool day today, but like last week it was really bad for us. So hopefully it doesn't get too much worse. But you know, heat wave is currently over for you. I am very happy for you on that one. That is going to be epic. But a couple years back, a event that I was doing with Baksu-chan, we ended up going to, it was the Museum of Science or whatever for Raleigh, North Carolina. And the museum was like showing anime movies, so they got like a couple vendors and whatnot to show up. And one of the vendors across from us, it was like maybe a handful of people. It was like maybe 8 vendors, but they had quite a bit of like people coming and going for watching the anime movies. So it was really cool, really good experience. And I got to meet some vendors. I love meeting all the new vendors and whatnot at events and whatnot. And there was one called Hangar 18. Like Hangar, Hangar, like a hangar for like an airplane or whatever. It was called Hangar 18 because they specialized in Gunpla, in figures and stuff, like, you know, the figures you can build and everything. And I have been to their store since then, and it is such a fun store. I'm a big Gundam nerd in general. I realize I don't get to talk about Gundam on the channel at all, but that's whatever. I get to talk about that a little bit today, but I figure while I'm doing a building thing, I can chat about other stuff. But one of the guys there, Marcus, it was Marcus and Julian were the two guys who were vending. Marcus and I hit it off really well. He is such a cool cat. We chatted about a lot of different things. And at the end of it, when we're like packing up and everything, he gave me a model. And I'm going to show that right now. I hope that this isn't too big. Like, it's kind of tall. The box is kind of tall, so it's going to come up kind of funky on it's also kind of a long boy. But it's going to be, it's like closer up to the camera because it's kind of a tall box. Let me share from the side here. Like compared to my hand, like it's pretty tall. But he gave me this. It's like literally like a $50 model thing. He just gave it to me. I don't know, maybe it's just something they had for a while and just were like getting rid of or something. I don't know. But he's like, you know, I was like, dude, let me give you something for it. He's like, oh, well, you said your buddy streams. Y'all just do like a Gunpla building stream one day. And just build it on stream, and I'll take that as payment. And I was like, wait, are you serious? Like, that was just really, really, like, cool of him. And I was extremely surprised that, you know, he would do that. And so I was like, just such a cool dude. Seen him at multiple events since then. And, like, I was just... stuff happened, obviously, and I put it off for a very long time. But now that I'm like, well, I kind of can stream, we're gonna build this. This isn't Gundam, per se. I'm going to explain some stuff about Gundam, like the Gunpla, in a little bit here. And then we'll get into the building and then just chatting while I'm doing so. But I figured go ahead and get the info out the way. This is from Super Robot Wars. This isn't like Gundam per se, but it's all like, it's kind of interesting. Let me see. Let me see. It's going to kind of be here. It's kind of closer up to the camera for this, but it's kind of something I can show off real quick. There's the pilot. But honestly, I think it's just lagging. I honestly think this camera is just like too freaking like too detailed to a degree. This thing almost looks like a fucking Digimon. With this, almost makes me think like Omegamon. And it like transforms. Apparently, it's the only one in Super Robot Wars that transforms. I know nothing of this series. I just did a little bit of research beforehand. But yeah, I have not opened it until just now. So this is where you see there. It means it's a high grade. So high grades. I'm going to show you one that I made a while back. Now this actually is a Gundam. High grades are going to kind of come out looking like this. They still look kind of funky. I don't have his weapon on him or anything. This is Barbatos from Iron Blooded Orphans. Versus, we're just gonna do a comparison. Excuse me while I whip this out. Versus, so a 144 grade, or 144 high grade, versus a 1/100 scale master grade. Kind of neat, kind of cool. This is one that I've had for a minute. This was the first master grade that I ever made, so I figured I'd just kind of show it by comparison. You got a lot more like working, moving parts here. To the point that, like, even, like, his little hip thing here comes out. I'll clip my nails so I can't fucking grab stuff. I don't know. Let me see. Like, that comes out so you, like, hold a sword and stuff like that. Kind of neat stuff. Kind of neat. Oh, he's actually missing the little headpiece. I didn't realize that had fallen off. I need to find out where that went later, but that is my fault. So, this thing where I'm going to be working on building is just a 144. High grade. And separated. Good job, Cade. Technical difficulties. Nah, he was honestly having that kind of issue before then. But basically that's what this is. We're just gonna open this. Like I said, this is literally the first time me even opening it and looking on the inside. I have no clue what to fucking expect from this shit. Not sponsored by Hangar 18. I guess I am, since they gave me this shit for free. Not sponsored by Gundam or anything of that nature. I just wanted to do this and chat. So, just wanted to have a good day. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's very, very basically just kind of cut and dry from Gundam stuff. Which is totally fine. No issue there. But that's what these things look like. You're going to hear a lot of crinkling today, so we get a little bit of ASMR as well. Okay, it says the stream quality went back up a bit. So, we'll see how long that lasts. That might have been just like an internet connection. There's like a terminal or something up the road from me where the internet people come out and like test the connection. Maybe they were working on something. I don't know. But all these different little pieces and stuff in here, eventually you take them out and put them together and they come to build something like this. So very simple. I'm not a tutorial. Just shout outs once again to Hangar 18 and Marcus. If you happen to see this, I'm going to see if after the stream is over, I could just send you a link. How dare they while you stream? Exactly. They're trying to sabotage me. This is just a joke, Jazzy, when I say this, but it's like, yeah, Refresh Point said, hey, go over there and mess them up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I know Jazzy and them wouldn't do that. That's just funny. So the other big thing is obviously got a manual here. So there's a lot of runners for this. I actually wasn't expecting this many different runners. This is what these little things are called that have the pieces in them, are called runners. I wasn't expecting this many. There's like 2 in this one. 1, 2. Oh, there's even like a base thing that you can build it on. That's actually really cool. So that it comes with a base that you can set it on. I actually really like that. That's honestly kind of cool. But we do have a handy dandy little manual. I don't expect to build it all today, but we will do what we can. So I'm going to set boxes to the side, be able to put the plastic and everything in. So once again, ASMR time. A base for base damage. Ah, you get it. See, Weiss Witch knows. She knows. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah. So this is basically what it shows, and shows you the little numbers and everything show you which runner to grab. So even though this entire thing is in Japanese, by the way, for the most part. There is like some English translations, but I don't know how accurate that is. But I think this was just like a model straight from Japan. I don't know. But they make it easy, so even if it was fully a Japanese manual, you got all the numbers and everything, you know how to put shit together that way. So we're going to have to start all the way back here. So this will be the first stuff we're working on in a little bit here. But I figure one of the cool things, and it cuts the time drastically, is I have a special little pair of pliers here. I say pliers, but little clippers. Typically, you're going to have clippers to cut them out of the runners and everything. But these are very special in how this portion right here lets you cut it out of the runner and then cut very close to get the little nubs off. And I'll show that as I'm going through. And this is just one of the best little things I've ever picked up. Used to, it was like clip it out of the runner, and then you would take a nail file and just like try to get like smooth the little nub down as far as you could. And yeah, it's kind of fluctuating on the quality, it seems. And you would just try to get the nub that way. But this clips it so close that it almost completely eliminates it, and you don't have to. I'm gonna have this handy, but the last time, actually when I built Barbatos, I didn't have to use a nail file at all, and honestly, it's really clean in terms of like where the nubs were connected and everything. It's pretty darn good. Like I can notice a couple little pieces right here and there that I probably could touch up, but otherwise, it's not bad. Otherwise, it is not horrible. So I'm just going to start putting this thing together, and like I said, I'll show you the little nub thing in a second here. But for the most part, chatting. Hey, I hope everybody is doing fabulous today. I'm going to go ahead and just get these runners open. Hope everyone is doing well. Husky, I did see that your video for your little vlog thing, for the expo that you went to. I saw that was up. I still need to go watch it. But I hope that you had a fun time with that. Oh, that just looks really cool there. I don't even know what this is for. This has to be something, I'm assuming, for posing it on the base or whatever. Another sad thing. My brain just jumps from one thing to the other. It is your first vlog, and I thought that was so cool. So you did a very good job with the presentation, at least in the beginning. So I still need to finish watching it though. But I do want to see the rest of it at some point. I happened to notice it and watched like a little bit before the stream started. So I'm like, I will have to watch this later. We can watch it live on the base damage stream. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Little sticker thing. I also don't really mess with these that much, but it's whatever. Thumbnail I did in Paint. I actually, like, several of the... I know there's better programs. Like, I'm aware that there's better programs. But, honestly, even the last couple thumbnails that I've done have all been in Paint as well. Yami! Yellow! How are you? Hope you are doing well. I saw you had posted the message as soon as I said, hey, I'm going live later, and made the little scheduled stream. But yeah, no, I've honestly, like, all the Community Fridays thumbnails and stuff like that I've done, I've just done in Paint. I know there's better programs and shit for it, but I just can't really mess with that. Well, some of them try to charge you, so sorry. Try not to have too much crinkly next to the microphone, but I used Canva for. I've been told Canva is good, but it's like there's some portions of it that you there's like some parts of it you have to pay for, but there's a lot of free aspects too. So I need to learn it better. You may have to like school me on how to do Canva one day. But I'm also just dumb. All of mine are done into Paint. Been using it for years. Exactly. Like, it gets the job done. So, if I can learn to do those better, it would be fantastic. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this has way more runners than I thought it was going to have, but hey, that's cool. Means I could do this for multiple streams. Try to, anyway. Try not to break stuff too terribly much. So you get little alternate color ones like this. Base damage Gunpla building tutorial. I think I can leave this one in the packaging, maybe? Because it looks like a lot of this is like the armor pieces that's going to be later. So I'm going to set this one to the side, unless it tells me otherwise. Just they're the A runners. What works in it? You right? What works, works. You are absolutely correct. And sometimes that's what you just have to deal with. How long would something like this typically take you to build? So something that I actually like kind of wanted to mention for that. Like I said, because this little clipper thing, because it's designed to get those nubs very easily, I can do that without having to swap back and forth. And that cuts the time drastically. Like typically I would have to take clippers, like, let me go ahead and find the first piece and go ahead and show you. I do want to try to answer your question as best I can, but it kind of has to show like by example, because using the thumbnail, using the nail file. See, we got to talk about thumbnails, and I was like, technically, if you use it on your thumbnail, it is. Anyway, that's horrible. I'm already loopy. Because of how long this would take to do instead, if you use a higher grid, it probably goes by faster, but I tried to go for like a finer feel to it. It would take longer. But because the cuts on this are so like seamless near about, like it cuts the time in half. Like it's kind of nuts. So this is what I'm kind of expecting the quality of to kind of mess with. This probably took me a couple hours. I have half-built Gundam box on my shelf. It was my first one. It's been a year. And I feel you so much on that, Yami. I feel you so much on that. Because I'm going to turn around. 1, 2... I have 3 unfinished Gundam... Like I say unfinished. Was 4 until I opened this. But 4 unopened Gunpla kits. That I just... And now I'm like actually working on this one. That I just have not touched, and I've had them for years. Now one of them, I have a unicorn one. Oh my goodness, it's so good. I think it. I don't remember if it's a master grade or not. I can't see it from here. It's a bit more recent. I got that tail end of last year, but it's one of those things of me and Moroku will just like window shop a whole bunch. And then we'll see stuff that's like, damn, I need this. The master grade one took me multiple days, but that was with a nail file, and I don't know if y'all call them something different over there for y'all, but multiple days of working on it because it's like much, much smaller parts. Let me show you exactly when I say smaller parts. The fingers curl. The index finger moves on its own. I'm just like saying, like that's the kind of like, you got a whole bunch of, and see, even like with this one, you can see where the little nub pieces were. I didn't get off perfectly because tiny pieces. It's still tiny pieces with this one, but it takes a lot less time. Probably like a third of the time in general. And then, like I said, those little clippers took it even less. Gundam and give the finger. Right? Yeah, literally, for those who know, G Gundam, The burning finger, you know, literally, you know. So we are. See, this is the little base. There's no damage to this base just yet, but now I have my hands on it. Let's see. This is that's two. What is this little thing for? That's what I want to know. We'll get to that when we get to it. This seems to go by the typical thing of building the body, the head, and then you eventually work towards the appendages. Hands and feet typically take way longer. This should be fairly simple. I'm gonna set the base over there. We just get organized here real quick, and this is just like the piece of a sword. They gave it its own separate runner. Oh, that's kind of funky. But I set stuff on the keyboard. Funny enough, I said we got so many little runners here. Oh my goodness, this only has like 4 pieces in it, but this is probably a good example. In this, it'll say like the number and the letter here, and then another number beside it. You're able to like go based off of this and grab the exact piece. Where this is like D2, and then each of these have their own individual number. Like this is also a 2. So you would find the corresponding like letter number thing and put them and cut them out, put them together. Simple as that. So I think we're going to be taking this one first because B215 is right there. So, oh yeah, this is also important. This is all the little joints and stuff. Heck yeah. This is going to be important. So that goes on the PS5. Oh, let's see. Oh, there's the eyes. Okay, cool. Neat little thing there. Little clear plastic one. So I can see already like that, right? That piece right there is going to go inside the head as the eyes. So that's going to be really cool. All right. Like once I get in the groove and I just start making this, then it's kind of whatever. But yes, no, like I've honestly like have so much Gundam that I would love to pick up. I would love to build. This is also more like individual, like almost looks like swords or something. I can't tell because that almost looks like a wrench. What the hell? Hold on. I don't know what that is. I don't know. We're going to set this to the side and try to get started here. This also has like the back portion and everything. So that actually is the head right there from what I can tell. So let's see what we need to grab first. Everything's kind of splayed out where I need it to be now. So, all right. Head. F1. Okay, so let's find this. Is C. It's B1, B2. That's all the other ones. This is D1. Are these? This better not be the F1s over here. Oh my goodness. If that is, I have to open this anyway. No, these are A. Those are both A, so we don't have to touch it. Oh, here we go. Found it. All right, so F1, it wants me to cut out this piece first. And then I need C, the C runner, which is this one. I had to get 14 and 15 off of this, which was these two. This is what I thought it was. So, yeah, let's bust out the Rui tool and let's go to town. Let's see. I haven't used these in a little bit and make certain that they were still like still very, like, you still feel that they're sharp and stuff, so not dull. But yeah, so typically, and this is honestly kind of a close cut right here anyway, so it's not really going to matter. It cuts right out right there. Typically, they want you to like cut a little bit high. Here, I can kind of show after I get the thing out. Ah, that was a bad cut on my part. Typically it's like here, cut off like a portion of the little runner piece that it comes in. And so like this little piece is part of the runner that you want to completely and totally cut off. And because of how these are, it just cuts it so seamlessly. And it's just so clean. I love that. That is so nice. So, repeat process. Oh, try not to hit the mic. Yeah, that looks really good. All right, next is C14 and 15. Yeah, like I said, this is just going to be very, very chill, very have a relaxing time. If the music is too loud, please let me know. Otherwise, just going to try to yap. Sadly, Weiss Tea Time has not been able to post up the results for Long Beach just yet, so I haven't been able to really look into that. Some future streams in the coming weeks, as well as into next month, is actually going to be heavily regional focused. Repreach, aka that Dow player in the Base Damage Discord, said that I could hop in on his team. And I was like, oh, heck yeah. No, I want to try to do my best for that. Let's see. Right there. There's still a little bit right there I want to clip off. But, right there. There we go. That's nice. But because of that, I do want to try to, like, figure out what deck I want to take to it that I'm most comfortable with. And I know people were actually kind of talking about that in the Discord earlier, mentioning like, oh hey, I want my buddy to take Freerin, but he wants to take, so I forget what they said was the other person was wanting to take instead. But, and that's just what people were kind of saying. It was just like, you know, it's one thing to like try to counterpick the meta, but it's also teams, so I kind of just want to have a chill time and like play something I'm a bit more comfortable with. Like, I can understand if you're doing like singles and stuff like that. Singles, ladies, I'm single. Anyway, horrible. That totally wasn't me. Oh no, that's I figured it was you, Yami. I just didn't want to call you out just yet. But that totally wasn't me. Yeah, there we go. But obviously, I know Repreach wants to do very well with it. So it's gonna be like this. That's gonna be on this side. There we go. Nah, you good. I appreciate it. Okay, it's like a helmet. So this is like a helmet. It's that portion right there. Okay, got you. Let's see. Because the way this is showing, it's going to be, I'm making the helmet, so then I'm going to make the actual head, and you put this on top of it. Just trying to make that. I'm fairly certain that's supposed to all. There we go. There we go. I'm not used to that. Is that? No, that's supposed to be another piece I cut off. I'm sorry. I'm already messing up so bad. I'm fairly certain I'm supposed to cut both of those. Hold on. Let me see. Alright. Because it felt like it was supposed to close there and it didn't want to close. Okay, that's way better. I still don't think it's perfect, but that is way better. Once again, it's high grade. You're not supposed to expect crazy stuff. Listing while making the thumbnail for my next video. Heck yes! I do appreciate. Alright, so next, gotta go back to C here. Right here. C11. I do need to pull from the F1. Yep, I was correct. Where it wants. This is the tiny operation stuff right here. Oh my stars. Yep, F2, number 3 right here. Oh my goodness. I had to keep looking up to see the chat and everything. See, this is the tiny kind of shit we're dealing with here, and I have fat fingers. So, set that over here for a moment. It's off screen, I'm so sorry, but we're gonna have to deal with this here. Because I had to take this piece out and slot that into it. Got you. And it's also telling me there's a certain little piece right here on B1 that you're not supposed to cut. So, but so upcoming streams, depending on how long, like obviously I can just do whatever of this today, like a couple hours, and then just I hit the thing. I'm sorry. And then I could just like build like, I don't know, maybe we could get like down to here or something today. Would be kind of cool. But future streams, I am going to be trying to really heavily focus on trying to prepare for regionals and everything. What is this? Preview. Ooh, okay, I like. I won't spoil the preview for anybody who it doesn't have the insider information that I do. But I know what Husky's cooking. Alright. There we go. Alright. Let's get this. It's supposed to be like that. One second. I have to pull this away from the camera so that I can figure out exactly how this is placed. That's kind of the other issue, like, I mean, obviously in general, not just with high grades or whatever. It's just the fact of, like, tiny pieces. So, at least with the master grades, there are some bigger pieces. There, it seems to go exactly like that. And then, like, it wants me to do a sticker thing right there, but I'm honestly just not going to worry about that one. Let's see. It's on B1. Here we go. All the, at least all the letter stuff is pretty much, like, color coordinated, where, like, the C is the silver one like this, and the B's are both kind of this purplish, darkish color. Which one is it? B1 number 2. Let's see. There we go. Found it. Okay, certain that's it. Maybe? I think that's how that looks there. Okay, so we're gonna, yeah. So we're gonna get number 2 out. Haha, that sounds really bad and out of context. But so future streams I will be trying to do more practice, at least trying to. I realize some days I get sidetracked with stuff ever so often, so I'm trying to use one of the other little boxes for all these little extra pieces. Bam, clean as hell. Oh my goodness, I love this thing. This is like one of the best, like, $20 purchases I've ever made. So nice. Anyway. There we go. Alright, so it wants like this. Making certain. Yeah. Man figures out Legos. No. But also, if anybody wants, I probably, if the signal holds out pretty decently, I can just hop into like Discord or something. Let me see. So this should go right here. Ah, this is not going to fit. What the fuck? Is this just supposed to snap into place, or is it being weird? I think I had it upside down. There. I think I had the little green piece in upside down, and I think I have it correct now. So then we need C12. That is this one right here. And now, Gunpla Building ASMR with Cage from Base Damage. We're going to take these little clippers right here, and we're going to try to get as close as we can without cutting off my fucking finger. Because that would be horrible, and then this would no longer be ASMR, and I would be screaming like a madman. And there we go. Seamless. Refreshing. Anyway. Alright, enough of that BS. I'm so sorry. People ain't gonna want to watch if I keep doing that shit. Let's see. So this slots in with those. Yeah, because it's supposed to go in right there. Oh, you don't close it all the way. Okay, okay. I was like, wait, why is this not sliding in? That's what he said. Anyway. Let's see. I think. There we go. Is it still having an issue here? It says I'm still live. God, it's already been 40 minutes. I didn't realize that. Hold on. I'm going to refresh YouTube real quick. Apologies, chat. It's just coming back up. Okay, cool. It's just being really weird. It was like stuck in a buffering loop for some reason. Anyway, sorry. And then this says it goes right like that. Let's see. There we go. That's actually looking really neat there. There we go. Looking pretty spot on. Okay. Okay. We're cooking. We're cooking. So, head. And there's the little joint where it'll go onto, like, little ball joint or something. It'll go onto the top once we get the body made. So, headpiece is done. I'm going to set that to the side. I need to have, like, one of those speedrun. You are still alive. Hey, Kaz, what is up? I do appreciate you. Brain. I said I just couldn't tell because like on the YouTube Studio side, there's like a little preview thing, and it was just stuck in a buffering loop, and I'm like, what the hell? So I figured it was, but I just was like, I'll just let it go and try for a little bit here. Yeah, Kaz, hope you're doing well, man. How's life been treating you? For those who do not know, Kaz has actually won some of the base damage tournaments before. You've won 2 or 3 of them. I'm trying to remember. I think you've won at least 2 because I know I've sent you for prize support. I sent you at least 2 packs of sleeves. So I think I'm trying to remember if it was 3 or not. Anyway, so we need so not from from this one. This is B1. Need number 15, which is this big piece right here. So, but also, speaking of, actually, since Kaz is here, I do also want to have like another tournament for the channel leading up to the Duluth Regionals. I think that would be fun, and it just feels like, customary at this point. If people are wanting to get in on that, I can try to plan that a little bit better. Obviously, I kind of want to plan it so that the UK people as well could join in if they wanted. But obviously, because of time zones, time zones suck. Time zones suck a lot. There we go. And making it so that I have a harder time. Sorry, I'm also trying to just get the visual in my brain for a lot of these. D1. Which one is this? It's the yellow? Yeah, it's the yellow. But with the tournament times and everything, I want to try to get it so more people can get in if they want to. So doing it on the weekend is probably going to be the best. I'm thinking like a Sunday or something. Exactly. It's one thing like over here where it's like, oh, some of the people, like the Louisiana people or whatever or the Texas guys are only like an hour or 2 behind us by comparison. Because I'm on the East Coast. But luckily, since I'm on the East Coast, I can plan it a little bit better with the UK peeps. If I was on the West Coast, it wouldn't even fucking happen half the time, which is just sad. Because then you got like an extra 3-ish hours to deal with if I was on the West Coast. And I feel bad because I want to include as many people as possible for it because I enjoy all the people who want to get in and do it. It's just fun as hell. It's D1 5. Yep, that's what I thought it was, this one. So I would want to try to include people because I think one of the last times we tried to do it as well, some of the UK people did want to get in on it, but I try to let democracy speak in the channel and go, hey, what day and what time works best for people? But because a majority of everybody over here is, focused on the Eastern and Central times instead of the GMT, I think it was what it is for them. I have another Discord message. Finish thumbnail for looking at TCG player. Oh, yes. Looking at TCG player. Ah, got you. Okay, cool. That's actually looks really nice. Actually, like I said, I really like that thumbnail. Like I said, I'm not gonna spoil it. Those who aren't subbed to base damage, do it now. You know what? Those who aren't subbed to Husky Ninja and Weiss, y'all go sub right now. Clearly. I don't mind if the little like broken off pieces like go to the side here because I can just like kind of fold it in on the mat and then just dump all the stuff from the mat. So it's kind of whatever. Well, that went flying off right as I say that. Holy shit. But see that right there. It's right up against it. Clip. Now that did not do as clean as I would want it to do. So I'm gonna try to touch that up a little bit. See, this is where I would try to take a little nail file and try to get it a little bit better. I think it was just the angle I was holding it at was wrong. But you get like the little nub piece. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, and I'm so sorry. But where I had to cut it, there's still a little bit right there. So, 1 second, just doing it off screen real quick. Like, it's not going to be in a position where people are really going to see it from what I understand, from what I'm looking at on this grid. But I myself know that it's there. So, it's better. Alright, so I'm going to hold it like this. And it's going to be like this, is it? Yes, it's going to be like this. Okay, yeah, so you can't even see that. You can't even see the part that I was trying to fix up. So, but next, yeah, okay, it says it kind of slots in like that. Okay, C10. Where's 10? Ah, this piece right here. So, do. See, these like cut like a hot knife through butter with this stuff, so then I'm able to just like go to town. I'm sorry, I'm looking back at that. Where? And so with this, these little pieces aren't the nubs. This is actually like supposed to be there. I was like, wait a minute, I only cut like 3 spots, so. That looks clean. There we go. Now, there are some people who get really crazy with some Gunpla builds. And they do like full-on painting for the shite, and I'm just like, I'm lazy. If you can't tell by my thumbnails, I myself am personally lazy. There we go. Oh, that came off really nice. I didn't think that was the right angle for that for a half second there. There we go. Gonna have to turn Husky into the moderator or something. Oh my goodness. So she can be like, hey, are y'all subscribed? There we go. It looks like that's how it's supposed to go on there, and then I just right in there. Boom, there we go. See, I can still see the little nub for that one, and it's actually kind of pissing me off. Warhammer peeps scare me in honest. Luckily, thank goodness, yes. By comparison to this, oh my yes. Oh my goodness, all the painting that they do for Warhammer, I agree with you. It is what I want to say positively, it's dedication. It's a lot of dedication for something that, like, I just could not see myself doing, personally. Alright, I gotta use the nail file for this one. Alright, it's a little bit better. So, then from here, from E, which is not that one. Is it this? No, this is BA. Joints are up here. Like, at our, the locals I used to go to in Greenville, they have a huge Warhammer scene on Sundays, which is when the Weiss locals usually was going on. And oh my goodness, the level of dedication that they had is above and beyond. Like, I just enjoy building these little things. I'm not, like, painting and putting on display or whatever. It's for my own personal display. They're taking it to, like, fucking tournaments and shit. Like, y'all have another level of dedication that I just do not have. Competitive Gunpla building, apparently. Which, I say that, but also I loved watching, like, Gundam build fighters and stuff. Okay. So I need 7 and 8 and 6 and 5. 7, 8... and 6 and 5 are right there. So all 4 of those. But oh my goodness. Like, I agree with you. I am not envious of them. I do not have that level of patience and dedication. And so I will happily say they can have it. I do not need it. By any means the imagination. But they are But they would like spend hours just setting up the thing, not even doing like the games. Just like kind of setting it up and just kind of like, which I guess, you know, Weiss, you kind of had the same thing. But like Weiss, MTG and all that, like kind of just showing them off and whatnot. But I'm like, if you put that much hard work and dedication into like making the stuff, yeah, I get that. Totally fair. If you want to like show your stuff off at that point, whip it out, go for it. You know, like, that is all you, and I'm not going to question one shape, form, or fashion. So each of these are going to have to go one way or another. So set it like that. Our locals has 2 floors. The second floor is just for Warhammer or D&D. I believe that. At least D&D doesn't take as long to set up. Like, oh my goodness, the D&D people at ours, because we also would have a D&D group, they would finish their session and go, and the Warhammer people are still going. The Weiss tournaments would finish. They would have like a Pokemon tournament sometimes. And literally the Warhammer people were the first ones there and the last ones out. Like, honestly kind of crazy. But you know what? I'm going to respect it. I'm going to respect it because so many people I know are into it, and I'm like, you know what? That's cool. You do you, fam. I'm gonna go over here with my little $20, $50 Gunpla. Looks at the $100 one behind me. I've had that for like, there's a Banshee up here I've had for like a year, and it's so good. But I just haven't had a chance to build it. But also, I could give myself. Ooh, I'm like. I just looked down and see message retracted. I don't have any mods. Who retracted it? And I realized you deleted it yourself. I was like, what the hell? Oh, you the one where you said about the 2 floors. You're good. You're good. Ain't no problem, yo. You are good. I am not gonna worry about it. I just look up and see message retracted. I didn't do anything. So you're good. You're good. Oh man. There we go. And we go straight to this. Which one am I going to do first? Do 6 first. Yeah, these things cut so well, and it's like, cool. Cuts my time in half, literally. It is all good. I've done the accidental delete before as well. I accidentally deleted entire videos. I'm kidding. They prompt you like multiple times, like, are you sure you want to delete this? I'm like, yes, it's an update video from 7 years ago. I want to delete this. It's just funny. I actually need to go back through and clean up a couple other older videos and whatnot as well. I purged a couple a while back, but then there's some that I still need to get rid of. Now this is where the little markers would come in handy, but I know this is going to be like under stuff. So it's going to be like that, from what I can tell. Repeat process with the other. But no, we know Yami was just deleting it to keep from doxing himself. I see how it is. No, I'm just messing, dude. You're fine. Oh, man. And this is one of those streams, like, I'm not even going to try to look at the numbers of whoever's, like, concurrent viewers and stuff like that. I try not to do that anyway, but sometimes morbid curiosity gets the better of me. I'm just like, yeah, how many people are watching? But, like, during the World stream, we had so many. I'm excited for the new Uma scenario. Yes! Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I love Trackblazer. Do not get me wrong. I've figured out Trackblazer, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm not getting the UG ranks and stuff like that. Once again, I'm buffering like crazy. I'm going to restart the thing again. But I still enjoyed Trackblazer for what it is. Like, I still have fun with it. But I understand there's some people who are like... I got very lucky with certain cards. Main issue for me is the runtime. The runtime is egregious. I will 1000% agree with you on that. Going back to doing Unity Cup runs and feeling how fast those are is just wild to me. Like, it feels so weird. But no, I fully agree with you. Like, the time constraint on that is ridiculous. I'm so ready for something else that we can do for that. But at the same time, but at the same time, I got lucky in which I had a bunch of SR cards and SSR cards that had high race bonus, and I was able to take advantage of that. So, because of that, I have some really good Umas. I have some SS rank Umas that I'm like, holy crap, these are like the best ones I've ever made, and it's like really cool. So these are gonna go like such into the top pieces right here. Ah, okay, that's gonna be part of the arms. Actually, really cool how that is. Okay. So, I was like, oh yeah, I need to keep showing the pieces to chat. But no, if they could fix the run... No, you know what we fucking need, Yami? We need the guy... I don't care if it takes, like, longer or something. There's an autoplay function over on the JP side. I didn't realize there's just an autoplay button over there. Is it the best at making decisions? No, I realize that. But I don't care. If I could just complete runs, if I could just set that to complete a run, and then I can go fuck off and do whatever the hell I want. I could go build Gunpla. I could work on a video or something else. I could do anything else while that's running. I don't care if it takes 20 minutes for it to do. Like, I just don't care. But I want something like that. If I'm focusing on a Uma, I want to be able to control it. I want to be able to, like, okay, cool. I'm specifically trying to build this Uma a certain way. I don't want the computer to decide for me. But if I just need to get a run done, if I just need to go, okay, cool, set this to run for an event or something and just get runs done. Sure, go for that. Like, by all means, I wish we had that. It would be actually, like, insane if we could. All right, I'm going to restart the studio again, refreshing it. Take it a second to come back up. It would be a bit weird for me, but just for dailies. That's my thing. But half the time, I'm only doing like a singular run for dailies anyway, or something. Like, I get that. Like, it would definitely be weird, but if I'm like, I just need to, you know, I have some missions that are just like, do X number of runs in a certain amount of time. That's where it's like, okay, cool, let me just set this to just do this, and then I can go screw off somewhere. For building Umas, of course, yeah, absolutely. It's useless if you were trying to build a specific Uma a specific way. Agreed, it's completely useless. But just for dailies, I want that shit. I want that auto shit. Absolutely. Scoot all that over. All right, so we got this portion. Got another over there. So next, we're going to come over here and make what I think is literally the backbone of this. For E11, which one is the E? Wasn't this one? Oh, this is it. This is it. So E11, right here. Little ball joint thing. Exactly. Just honestly, the quality of life stuff. Like, I would be very happy just to get some of the quality of life updates. But I realize, it's the FGO mentality where they don't want to piss off the Japanese player base by giving the English player base something early, which I think is a dumb mentality, but it's just something I've had to deal with FGO forever and a fucking day, so it's kind of whatever. I'm kind of just used to that level of disappointment. So I understand, but we're at least on the accelerated schedule, so we are like, it's not like, oh, we could just go ahead and give you all of this stuff instantly, but we can roll it out faster than what JP got it for. I at least appreciate that. I will always appreciate that. So, but speaking of, I'm so ready for Uma and Weiss. My body is ready for Uma and Weiss. Like, oh my goodness, I don't care. People can like say, oh, you got to do this meta build, otherwise it's ass. I'm like, no, I don't care. I love this game. I want I want the Uma card. Something fierce. All right, next we need is B. From B1. It's this one. We need number 20. Where is number 20? Is right there. Okay, that's what I was like. I think that fits. So get all those. But like I will be so happy when that set comes out. I'll also be very broke. The wait left isn't long. You are correct. It's literally this month. It's just like another 3 weeks or something. 3 or 4 weeks. Because it's the 26th. So, yeah, we got like 3.5 weeks-ish. Something like that. So. To which I will try to be do either a stream or a video at some point. Probably a video. But honestly, doing it on a live stream would also be kind of cool too. Where one of the wonderful people in the Discord, Palmer's trainer, Audrey, for those who know, they sent me like 5 or 6 different deck lists of Uma stuff. It was just like, here, this is probably going to be the most relevant stuff. And obviously because they know way more about it than I do. And I was like, yes, no, please, thank you very much. I would happily like to see what I can build from this. So, from that, goes in like that. Like that, I think. It's going to be a little bit rigid here, but... Oh, no, that actually feels really good. Okay, cool, cool. Gives them a little bit extra flexibility there. Okay, cool. All right, so see how that went in right in there. Little back piece right there. All right, I also realize I'm kind of leaning and putting in like the shadow there, and I'm like, the eminence in shadow. But, all right, next is from C. We need C6 and 7. That was not intended that way. I'm so sorry. Please do not leave. It's legitimately number 6, number 7. Anyway, I'll stop saying those in that order. Clearly, numbers 7 and 6. Got to get that from behind. Ayo. It's like, huh? Cade, why would you say it that way? Yami's like, I'm walking out. No, please, Yami, don't. Was completely, honestly, the first time it was completely unintentional. It really was. But I also just love watching people's reactions for that kind of stuff. It's funny. Let's see. This one I got to be a little bit more mindful of for the nubs, because it's going to be on an exposed part. There we go. That's nice. This is going to be some of the more exposed pieces, so make certain to get as much of those off as possible. All right, and then one more. Yeah, I'll be like, I'm gone, bro. I should put, like, I need to figure out how to, like, mess with some of this stuff. But since there's, like, down here, like, on the bottom right here, there's, like, this big gap of space I could put something in. My idea for that was if I hopped into Discord or something and people could be down in there. So, let me see. Let me see if I can hop in the VC of the Discord if anybody wants to chat. Because now I'm just kind of in that mentality of just like build. So let me see if I can. Hopefully it doesn't like scream at me. But I will hop in the common area if anybody wants to yap. There we go. I'm in. Let's hope that it behaves properly. should be good anyway. So that's if people want to yap. If not, it's totally fine. It is all good. Let's see. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. This piece needs to go a little bit better there. But yeah. There we go. Over there. So that piece looks good. This is going to go like that on that side. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, they're posting up a bunch more card of the day stuff. Hello? Like, huh? What is this? Oh, it's a Utawareru. I can't remember saying the name of this card. It's in Blau. No, is that Rose? Yeah, that's in Rose. Rose, if you will. Utawareru Mono, I think is how you pronounce that. I know that Phantom is a big fan of that series. So yeah, all the card of the day stuff has been really freaking cool. We were going over some of the the GA Bunko stuff, and like all the Danmachi stuff is just wild to see. Like some of the stuff in there, they get some good quality of life stuff. I'm supposed to leave that. And getting a lot of those in is just going to be really cool. One of the guys in the Discord, Fanta Robot, really cool dude, and is extreme. Oh, I almost messed up there. I almost cut something I shouldn't have, but we're good. We got the actual piece we needed to cut. I just derailed my entire brain chemistry there for a second. Fanta Robot, that's what I was saying. Big fan of Danmachi, and I've been meaning to make a video with him forever and a day now. Literally from like Duluth, like last year or 2 years ago. No, it was last year, yeah. All right. I guess. Oh, we're getting more. They're just putting up so much stuff. I see Kenshin, and I'm like, that's not Kenshin. That's a girl. What on earth? Anyway, sorry, go check the Card of the Day channel if you want to know what the hell I'm talking about. Alright, so. Got you. So this is supposed to go right there. Supposed to go under. If I'm understanding this correctly, it goes under that. So, yeah, it's supposed to go like that. Do I need to move this? Maybe? It looks like I'm supposed to move that. I think so. Because it looks like I'm supposed to move these up. If Giabunko comes to EN, I'll build Danmachi for sure. Right? Bro, it is so... They have some really good stuff in the Giabunko stuff, though. Because it looks... This doesn't make sense, though. I'm kind of confused by this. I'll explain in a moment here. It's supposed to come in like that. I need to actually clip right there. 1 second while I fix my screw up here. It was the spot that I almost cut earlier, but I didn't cut enough of it. This isn't going to get shown, so it's whatever. Danmachi looks crazy. No, it really does. It really does. They get like they get there's a new cat. Sorry, my voice cracked on that one. There's a new cats build in like Azure Volume 2, and they get a cats thing. They get a Fumio. I think Fanta said there's already a good Fumio or something that's better. That isn't supposed to do that. Huh. Did I just not push it in far enough? That, or I was supposed to do it like this. I think I swapped the sides that it was supposed to be on, and that's what's screwing me up here. I'm like, that don't make no freaking sense. Yes, that was, I had them on the wrong freaking sides. So I'm like, this ain't flush. Like, what's going on here? So then get that in on that side. And then, okay, because it wasn't wanting to, like, slide in right there. Do you think the eyes level 3 was any good? I think with the changer could be something. I'm trying to remember. Let me pull it back up. Mostly because I'm trying to remember what the eyes did. Honestly, off the top of my head, I just can't recall. Because my brain's a dum-dum. I also don't know how far up I have to scroll, but also just lots of other pretty artwork. I should just search by eyes. I'm certain it would come up faster. Because there's eyes in Tiona. Oh, here we go. Are you talking about the level 3 that says at the end of this card's attack, if you have the choice in play, pay 2, pitch 2, send the top card of your opponent's deck to clock, then deal X damage to your opponent. X is equal to the level of the card sent to clock plus 1. I mean, just doing guaranteed damage already is really nice. I say that I actually kind of like it. It is very, like, resource intensive, but it's, you know, because you're doing guaranteed damage, and depending on what your opponent's playing, you could easily be burning for, like, you know, 1 or 2 extra on top of that. And then her damage. Like, that's just, because it's at the end of the card's attack. So, her damage, then the clock shoot. I'm going to say it's kind of a clock shoot effect, but not in the sense of clocking the particular character. It's it's just sending from the top of the opponent's deck to clock. Call it Akihiko. And then burn on top of that. The variable burn's kind of interesting, but I mean, we're used to using that with like Musashi type effects anyway, so that's understandable, and I have no issue with it. I'm trying to remember what the changer was. Changer? I hardly know her. Haha. Not that one. That's a different 2-1. That's a promo. Clocking a climax. Exactly. That's the best feel, is if you can clock a climax. Like, 1,000%. Like, that's just the best feeling in the world. It's just not guaranteed. Like, if there was a way to guarantee it, it would be, like, actually insane. Oh, man. Hell, I like the Mikoto that's like, oh, make it so your back row characters just can't move and can't use their act effects for like a turn. You gotta summon over top of those. That's the cat's package. I don't see the changer. I'm assuming there is a changer though, but I'm overlooking it for some reason, and I don't know why. Doesn't even matter how hard I try. Keep that in mind. I designed the shrine to escape in due time. Anyway, for those who do not know, Pink and Lark. Anyway, let's see. Oh, it's the 0/0. Okay, I was looking for like a 2-1. Pay 1, return this to hand at the start of your climax phase if you're level 3 or higher, summon the 3/2 eyes. And then it just has a bond for it and the Fumio. I will admit that is kind of interesting. Bro, the art on these cards is ridiculous. Like, the art on it is just next level. Like, I don't even know where to start on that one. Alright. My back. Alright, let's see. B1. Number 19. Number 19. Base damage, foot lettuce. God, I'm horrible. I'm very excited for the GA Bunko stuff. I think they're still not all revealed. I think there's still other GA Bunko stuff like we're waiting to get reveals for. So it'll be really cool. Let's see. Like forcing your opponent to like think any of the effects like making your opponent clock a climax. The Akihiko from Persona 3, the Milim events that's just like your opponent just sends however many cards from the top of their deck to their clock. Like, it can't be canceled, sorry. Like, that's like some fun stuff. I'd be down for more stuff like that particular Milim event. There we go. That I should have used that as a really good example, where it's like it's still raised and you're able to just go snip. Very nice. This is here. Let me see if I can show that off. Right there. I purposely cut that a little bit higher, and then you might be able to see right there where is what I want to cut off specifically. Boom, comes right off. That is such a minute like piece of plastic, but it makes such a difference. I think I hear somebody. Oh, I thought I did. I thought I heard something, but must have just been coming through the video. Let's see. Oh, that looks good. All right. This is, you're holding it like this, and you're hooking it in here, it looks like. Does it snap in? I don't think it snaps in. Oh, it does. You just gotta get it in there. Oh, I shifted it. Oh, that ain't good. That ain't good at all. Hold on. Shit. I mean, I don't expect that much from a high grade, but damn. It's not aligned properly. Okay, so it is supposed to, like, pop in there in the back. There we go. Okay, better. Much better. See? That went in. A little piece. Oh, that wiggled right out. So it's probably meant to just pop in and stay there. Alright. And it does say, like, you fit it in. Alright. Next, okay, so then we're going to make the little back piece, and it's supposed to slide together. Alright, so we need C2, and that is not a reference to Code Geass. Let's see. Excuse me. Get this piece out, and then I'm going to hydrate really quick. That is one thing I realize a lot of streamers are like, oh, you can't use like a whole bunch of different redeems and stuff like that. Once I get like more into the streaming stuff, I'll eventually get like redeems and stuff set up. But hydrate redeemed by myself. So much better. That is good. I'm a thirsty bitch, mostly because of how much I talk. That's pretty fucking good there. See, that's what I mean. I'm able to do that in like 2 snips as opposed to like, okay, every now and then maybe make a correction. But when you're doing that with every single nub on every single piece, that's the time consuming part. That's what I say. When these things cut the time down, literally like so significantly, it's kind of nuts. I make 2 snips, maybe 3. Boom, piece is done right there. Go on to the next one. And I guess it's not so much an issue of like how, I mean, obviously, you know, it matters and how long it takes to make. But I just do it as like, this is my therapy. This is my therapeutic, like I want to just turn my brain off and build for like hours. E9. It's this one, this little long piece right down here. And I'm not worried about cutting off the nub portions as much for the joint pieces, unless it were to like interfere with it. Because then with that, I can just make a quick little pass, like done. It's basically smoothed out. Done. For this one, there we go. Now it says the short end right there goes into the head, and the long portion right here is what's going to go into this little body piece. So, try to go ahead and get that in there because it feels weird. All right, and then little headpiece. Says it's supposed to go there. Under gate. Okay. There's little pieces right there that it's like, oh hey, this means like snap it into place. This is just my therapy, so. This is all of those pieces fit in like that. Ah, okay, I see how that was supposed to go. Got you. There we go. Little body portion. Little torso portion, see? It's coming along. Obviously not a 1-for-1 just yet, but it is getting there. Actually really neat. The design is kind of sick. It kind of makes me think of Tall Geese from like Gundam Wing back in the day. But I realize some people aren't going to get that. Let's see. Alright, now we got some extra little pieces to put here. From B1, number 33, is right there. And on the other, on B2, there's another piece right there like it. So I need both of those, which is like his two little nipples. That's the best way I can describe it, I'm just saying. Alright, so, which one's this one? B1. Alright. This one, because it's circular, it's going to be a little bit easier to do with that. There we go. I said, it just looks like a little nipple. See what I mean? This is on the left side, supposedly. I'm assuming it can go on either side. It doesn't matter. There we go. Let's see, with nipple, without nipple. So, oh no, demonetized, decayed. Can't be saying that on YouTube. Sorry, Susan, I really didn't mean it. But no, I am very, very stoked for more GA Bunko, more UMA, especially. The UMA stuff is going to be just so fun. I'm so ready for it. If you're in the community, you probably know. I loved that there was a video where people tried to claim that, oh, there are no good meta builds in UMA. And I'm just like, bruh, what are you talking about? What are you smoking? Because pass it over here. Like, clearly, like, made me question what, like, look, I'm not even I like to report on stuff. I like to report news on Weiss stuff. But I will admit, I'm not the best player in the world. I am still learning for a lot of stuff when it comes to particular Weiss sets, particular Weiss decks, and stuff like that. But when everyone else in the community says, hey, you got to look out for Uma when it comes out, and then you have like the one guy going, actually, I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to do that well. I'm like, okay, cool. Getting a little bit of trash here with all the little nub pieces. So, Acheron, get over here. There we go. Much better. Clean her off a little bit. And let's see. So that's just going to be like kind of adding little like the fins and stuff like that. Extra little top part that goes over top right here. Right there. I'm just kind of fitting stuff into place. There's other little sticker things, but like I said, I'm not really going to mess with the stickers. I don't care. But let's see. So we got the nipples. There's some other little pieces. Oh, there's actually some other stuff. F2? Where was the... What the F? That's F1. It's the other red one. Where is that? Because this is like going to be like... I already know this is going to be like the tops of his feet or whatever. Feet. I'm very surprised when some people's takes made me so confused. No, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's just like... How do I put this? I have hot takes on certain sets as well, which is totally fair. You know, everyone's entitled to their takes, right? But I'm also willing to recognize, like, oh, hey, the community is saying a lot about this. We should probably keep an eye out for it. And then I watch for results or not. If it shows no results, I call them out on it. And if it shows a lot of results, I go, hey, looks like people were correct. I realize that's a very, middle of the road thing that I do. And some people don't like that. Tough nuts. It is whatever. Okay, so there is a piece I need to be able to put down here, it looks like. So, I just don't know where it went because it says F2. I don't remember where the hell F2... Actually, let me... Oh, is it that... Oh, it was the green one. There we go, F2. Let's see. Like I said, I'm not gonna say any names. I'm not gonna call anybody out. It's whatever. But it does make me kind of raise an eyebrow and go, huh. Like we're gonna have to worry about this when it comes out, clearly. Now, you always take any info like that with a grain of salt. Even take my info with a grain of salt when I say my opinions on stuff like that. Because how a deck performs over in JP versus how well it's going to perform over here in English is two different things. English is just a completely different beast. And there's some people that just seem to want to acknowledge that. I think that's a big portion of it. There we go. Little kind of like a belt jewel accessory thing. Kind of cool there. We still need the green pieces. There's 2 green pieces. F2, they both say 4, so it's the same thing no matter what. You take everything with a grain of salt. So no matter what someone's opinion is, even like I said, the people who said that, I'm going to go, okay, cool, we'll see, when it comes out. But it's still one of those things that makes you kind of go, you sure about that, Chief? You get some very dedicated people in certain sets and certain series that come out, and they're going to find a way to make it work. Meta be damned. So, very, very nice there. All right, so it wants me to take this little piece and kind of put it over this little hook right here. It looks like... Looks like I do like this from this angle. Oh, that's what the noise was. I realized I was like, what? The noise I was hearing earlier was where my headphone accidentally rubbed up against the mic. I'm so sorry about that. Because I see what this is supposed to do. Because you hook it here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Got it. Because then it's going to flip underneath, and then there's a piece that's going to hook onto that. Same right here. So all we can really truly say is whether it's UMA, whether it's, you know, GA Boomco, whether anything whatsoever. We do not truly know how a set is going to operate until it gets over here. So, there we go. Neat little accessories there. Now, it's got two little pieces right here, it looks like, from the A runners. So, I do need to actually get the A runners now. So, more plastic ASMR. Let's see. Whoop. Yeah. All right. It's just all A. Oh, it's because it's going to have like doubles on each side. Because both of these say like A4. So in one of these runners, there's a 4 right here. And then on the other side, there's also a 4 that's going to be the same exact one that I need to get. So, let's get those. If you couldn't tell, I liked Legos as a kid. I fucking loved Bionicle, especially. And oh my goodness, I could build Bionicle shit for hours. So, I very much love that. Apparently, I missed my calling when it came to, like, a job. One of my relatives, they have since passed away. But I remember having a conversation with him when I was, like, much, much younger. When I was, like, a teenager. Where he had said... Like, he was a very, very smart man. I don't know how to explain his relation to me. I'm not gonna go any further than that. I'm just gonna say a family member. And something came up where he was like, I mean, like he was like one of the first people that ever asked me like, hey, what do you want to do like once you get done with high school? And I'm like, I like video games. I like a lot of stuff with video games and stuff like that. And he's like, okay, cool. And he would like, ask me stuff and ask me questions. And very, very politely, he was like, hey, are you sure you want to do video games? I'm like, yeah, that's what I think I want to do. Like, something with that. And obviously, I'm not doing that now because other reasons. But he was like, from the way I've talked to you and the way you've described some of your other hobbies, like building, like, stuff, like, shit like this, he's like, from the way you've talked to me about that, I feel you would do much better as like an engineer. And I'm like, really? And I think my brain, when I was a kid, was like, oh, engineer is like, you know, cars. And to me, cars were like a completely different thing from, you know, Bionicle. You know, your kid brain, you can't really wrap your head around it. It's whatever. I'm going to hop out of the Discord for a second. Just because I'm trying to help this signal. It's kind of weird on OBS's end. Alright, these pieces are kind of funky, so I'm trying to get them from multiple angles. And I don't know, for some reason in a kid brain, I was just like, I can't see the correlation for that. I can't really see the connection there. That's just me. And so never really thought about that. But then when I got like older, I was like, yeah, I do like creating stuff. You know, whether that's, you know, making this, making video content on YouTube and stuff like that. Like, thinking back on that now, I'm like, damn, he actually had a point. maybe I should have gone into like some kind of an engineer thing. And now my brain's like, bro, you should have gone into the Gunpla making aspect or something. And I'm like, nah, I'm not worthy. All right, so how this wants me to go. It fits right into that little triangle from the back. There we go. There's a little tassel looking thing here. So, I don't know. I don't think I could have done it as well. But I kind of get where he was coming from, you know? Like, I say, one of the smartest people I've ever known. But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know about that one, Chief. I like playing video games. And then, and obviously now half the streams are like talking card game stuff or talking gacha game stuff or something, you know, something along those lines. So this is just like a side hobby thing that I've never really felt the need to make videos about. Just like the Gunpla building aspect of it. Because, like I said, it's kind of just been my own personal therapy. So, alright. Making certain I hadn't missed any phone calls. I put my phone on silent. I think it's on silent. I don't know. Alright, I think I'm going to have to... There we go. So, I don't know. We're not trying to get philosophical here today. I'd rather talk about anime women and horse girls and stuff. Let's see. I'd rather talk about the big-tittied police girl. For those who get that reference, you're welcome. Let's see. Alright. So then he's got the little piece that comes over top of his head. Looks like that's the next one. And then two more of the panels in the back right there. Kind of like the ones that are in the front, but on the back right there. And this top part's done. And I think I go on and I start on the arms. So we're at least going to get this done. So, I mean, like, cool. And this is with me yapping. And, like, if I was focused not talking, like, at all, and I'm just building this, it would have gone by much faster. But I'm also, like, yapping. I'm checking, like, you know, the stream stuff. I'm checking all this other stuff. So, it's not as efficient. My efficiency goes down when other stuff is involved. So, but it's going to be this piece right here. And this kind of broke off of one of the little pieces here. So, I'll have to inspect that and make certain that it's not bad. It's got a... Typical. There we go. See, look, clean as shit. But yes, Uma. We need Uma, and I want people to be in that regards. That people are like, oh, it's not going to be. There's no meta builds from it. I just want Uma to come over here and just prove them wrong instantaneously, because I've already got the receipts recorded. When people make those claims, I like to just go, cool, let me record this real quickly and go. So, I don't throw shade. I just happen to be standing under the tree. Let's see. From what I can tell, you come right over like that, and it snaps down on top. There we go. That looks actually really cool. That's actually really sick looking, actually. Okay. Cool. Then we got to go back to the A. For the A5, not Wagyu, but it's this piece right here. So, Swap. Do. See, for some reason, this popped off of like 2 of the runner pieces, and I'm like, what the hell? So I'm trying not to get that lost because I want to make certain I got the right number for later. There we go. And that could just be where it like got jostled or something in transport. Oh, that came off. Like, just fell off. Like, no problem. Hell yeah. Alright. I said, I know I got weird takes on stuff, man, but there's some people who just have weirder takes than I do. When it comes to the Weiss stuff, I'm like, I know I'm not correct on a lot of shit. I know I've said very, very incorrect things on videos before. But I'm also willing to own up to it, if that makes sense, because there seems to be, you know, some community people who you prove them wrong, or they get proved wrong, and they are not willing to own up to it. Do I? No. It's supposed to be. Goes in like that. Yeah, it's supposed to be right in like that. I see how I'm supposed to get it, but it doesn't want to go on there. But a lot of people just don't like being proven wrong or being told, hey, you're wrong about this, and they go, oh, no, I'm not wrong, and they have to double down on it, right? So, Oh, actually, sorry, side thing. Weiss, if you're still here, is there a particular day you were wanting to do that stream you were talking about? If you're like in the middle of something, you're busy, by all means, take your time. But I know you were talking about that at some point as well. She had a fun stream idea planned. Actually, for the third video challenge, the third video we were talking about doing with making a challenge, like to finish up our to settle our score. We could stream that as well. I don't know if you'd want to do that, but I'm also just trying to think of anything to do with streaming at this point, because I have the capabilities to it. As long as my internet holds out, I can do it. So I want to be able to take advantage of that and use it where I can. Especially because we have some interesting things coming down the pipeline that I want to be able to do content for. But I know there was a silly little one I know Weiss wanted to do for one of her other little stream projects that she does. She was like, oh, I want you to try voice acting. I'm like, what do you mean? She had like one of these little, one of her games that she was playing on her live stream. She was like, I think it would be so cute if you got in here, if we tried to voice the different characters or some shit. And I'm like, okay, sure. I will try my darndest and, you know, try not to default to, like, some weird, like, Goofy or Stitch voice type deal. Alright, now, where did it go? I just lost the piece. There we go. I was like, where did it go? Which way did it go, George? Which way did it go? Let's see. Oh, that went in a lot smoother. Okay. He's got these little, like, funnel things, and, like, I can move them. So, I think I'm going to... Oh, that doesn't raise all the way. These two raise all the way in the back and can go down all the way. But these just have very little wiggle room, it seems. Totally fine. No issue. Just observations. Observations have been made. Mistakes have been made. So, I think I'm going to fold these up so it can lay on its side, kind of thing. All right, so that is the body piece. Because the next portion of it wants me to do the arms. It's just next portion is just both arms. So this doesn't look difficult. It's just the fact that you have to do it twice, because like the top part here, it says it's just the right arm, and the bottom part here is just the left arm. So I figure if I could just go ahead and make both the arms, that might be it for like a stream today. So we'll see. We'll see. Depends on how fast or how long it takes me to make it. So first we need, this is B130 and B. Oh, it wants me to make both of those right there. Okay. Let's do one at a time. So B1. Let's see. Set you there. Yeah, this is B1. So, number 30 is this piece right here. And 29. So these two are just going to immediately go together, and then I need one from E here. So, let's set that right there. So, do that, cuts down here. Set that there. So that's 30. So I'm just trying to differentiate real quick. That's 29. See, I haven't even gotten to this one down here. That's like all the clear pieces. I haven't even gotten to that. Like, I have not picked up any pieces off of that one. And then off of this, we need E3 for the GTA 6 announcement. Here we go. I also might change up the music a little bit. Like, I do like the lo-fi, don't get me wrong, but I also might change it up so it's not the only thing playing. Tell you what, let's take request. Anyone, as long as it's like copyright free, and I guess we could play Uma's music. That would be perfect, actually. A lot of like the gacha game stuff, has no issue with music. I did some research on this. Like, this is from Star Rail, but this is like, someone's like lo-fi cover. But even the, like, say the song at the beginning of the stream was from Wuthering Waves. They know that, like, hey, people are going to be streaming these gacha games and stuff like that. Let's not crack down super heavy on the music. So if there is a copyright-free song that y'all would want to hear, instrumental if we just want background music, but if it's copyright free, like maybe from a video game or something, I don't think I can use Atlas stuff. I don't know, because if I could use like fucking Persona music or something in the background, that'd be amazing. What was it I looked up? I tried to look up some music for like Kamen Rider a while back, and that is a big no, because apparently Toei is huge on that, and they're like, nope. Not today. And I'm like, so I couldn't do any Kamen Rider, even though there's some amazing music in Kamen Rider. I'm like, I can't use that. So, because there's some that I would absolutely love to be able to play for y'all for that, but nope, I'm not getting screwed over by that. I did what was it? I did an instrumental version of Caffeine from Ruby, and that got hit. Like, just the instrumental version of it got hit, but that was it wasn't like a copyright strike or anything. It was just, hey, this is copyrighted music. You shouldn't be using this, but don't worry, this isn't like a strike or anything. It said any ad revenue you get is gonna be sent to them instead of you. And I'm like, bitch, I don't get ad revenue to begin with. What are you talking about? So that's whatever. Anyway, so if anyone has requests, or if anybody has some music they want to hear, I can change it. So I have something different to listen to while I'm trying to build here. So please feel free to... I know some streamers make it so you can like use a chat command or whatever to do it, but I do not have that capability. So this is very simple. It just goes on the bottom here. Let's see. And then this just goes right on top, it looks like. And basically just a little joint. Because boom. Arm joint. Next, from A slot again, we need A9. Oh, and it shows the little diagram of how it's supposed to fit over top of it. So A9 is this piece right here. Once again, it kind of popped off the runner. So that piece for some reason is just completely loose. Like, it's holding on by a singular little runner piece. I don't know. I've gotten away with several videos using like the Eurobeat covers of stuff. And it's just funny how that works. Some people don't consider Eurobeat to be actual music. It's funny. So you hold it like that, and these little pieces here go right over top there. Okay? More A slots. Hell yeah. Let's go ahead and knock out a bunch of these. A2 and A3. Both of these pieces right here. So. But, or hell, even if, does anybody in chat have a particular favorite genre of music? I could try to think of something maybe similar. I don't know. I'll try to just change it up in a minute here. There we go. Set that. Actually, I'm going to try to move some of this over just a little bit. So, one, we get more Acheron, but still. I don't know if the chat's working proper. It is. Cool, cool. So I'll make certain nothing else is lagging crazy. My luck, all of a sudden the internet goes out. I don't want to tempt fate there, I really don't. Let's see. Yeah, I need to double check. I'm fairly certain a lot of like the Atlas stuff is probably okay. I mean, no, I probably did. I think I did do that. Yeah, because I did. I used Persona 3 music for one stream opening. So I did Full Moon, Full Life. Full moon again. Crazy how time flies. One might wonder the path was in the right direction. Anyway, not the lyrics to this music, obviously. Granted, I don't know all of Proy's music lyrics either, but it's such a bop. It's such a good song. All right. Let's see. All right, so this just goes right like that. Or is it supposed to go the other way? I think I messed up on that. I think I did it the wrong way because I think I had it. No. Yeah, because it's supposed to be a little wide. Yeah, no, that had to be right. That had to be right. Never mind. Almost broke the damn piece because of... Oh, it's because I didn't push it down far enough. There was still a gap over here, and I'm like, oh, did I do this wrong? But no, it's just where I didn't push down hard enough. All right, so then with this, looks like it just goes in here. So it's supposed to be like that, and then there's another piece off of A. Is it A6, please? No, it's 13 that it keeps falling off. A6 is this right here. Let me see. Actually, what category do I have this under? I have it under gaming still. I don't know what I can do for that one. It's whatever. Let's see. Almost got it. Because there's a little bit of a curvature in that little right there. So I gotta come at it from the side. Come on. There we go. Okay. Then I believe it's supposed to be like this. Kind of cool. And that bends like that. Very neat, very neat. Oh, that actually has more range of movement than I realized. It can go up and down like that, but it can also, I don't know if it's meant to do that, but it kind of wiggles side to side too. So you can pose that very interestingly once it's done. Okay, cool. All right. Next is just making the joint from E1 and 2. So, okay, so there's 2 different 1s and 2 different 2s, so that's obviously going to be for both the arms. So, let's see. Do 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 do. Meant to floss. I'd rather kneel down across with the darkness and sees the light. It breaks meant to be free. We are gonna shatter the ties. There we go. Since these are joints, you don't have to worry about them as much. Let's see. So they just kind of go together because it's meant to move, I'm assuming. Yeah, okay. So the smaller end goes in the top here. And then this portion is meant, it looks like this is meant to go into here once I get to that point. But there's stuff to add to it. Alright. There's 2 more from A, which is good. We'll probably get a lot of these pieces out. So A15 and A8. Oh, cool. We can go ahead and get the 8 out here. Oh, no. That was 13 there. Alright. So, well, that just came out right like that. Okay, cool. And then 15. 15 is this piece. Kind of a little sword-looking thing, but we'll see. It's just another one of those little, like, fin-looking things. That'd be fun. Base damage karaoke or something. Let's see. Can impress you with my awesome rapping skills. Let me see. Let's get me. Oh, this is also buffering again. So infinite buffing works. What did you send me? What the? Phantom finding some weird shit to send to me. What the hell, my dude? Saber X Shogun? Like, what the? Okay. Don't know. Some weird Chinese knockoff. Who knows? Let's see. We are gonna mute you. Let's see. What other music could I pick? Actually, now that I had Full Moon Full Life stuck in my head, I could do that. But I have all these runners on top of my keyboard. Oh no. Let's see. Oh my goodness. It is so slow. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, this should be the instrumental. Make certain it's not blasting when it happens. There we go. Should be fine. Do do. Let's see. Crazy how time flies. To be. Let's see. Oh, I need to go ahead and get A13 as well. Hey, we can go ahead and get this loose piece out. Okay. I have to do this second, though. But think about it, like, honestly, Persona music should be completely and totally fine to play. Because of how many people streamed Persona 5 way back when. Like, think of how much, Last Surprise and Life Will Change and Rivers in the Desert and everything, that all gets played like crazy. Set that one to the side. This is the first one we need to try, because looks like it clips on this piece right here. Then we get the little fin funnel thingy-mabobber here. And that fits in here. Right like that. Then this piece goes over top of both of those. And connects. And it's meant to be open right there, from what I can tell. That's not a flaw, that's a feature. Says every Skyrim developer. And that's got some movement. It's kind of stiff, but I think it's because I just smushed it together. But there we go. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting one arm. That's all we need if we're making Shanks from One Piece, right? Any hoodle. Oh, no. So it is just repeat that process for the same side again. Make that. And then the bottom part's actually the feet. That's what that is. Okay. So I get to do this entire step again in a little bit here, but with the opposite pieces. So totally fine. So I need B1. Because it's got all the hand pieces and everything down here. Which there's a lot of different ones where it's like hand clenched, hand open. It kind of depends on which one you want it. I'm just going to do the hands open. So B1. Right? Is it this piece? No, that's not that piece at all. Hold on. Is it? B1 8. 8. Okay. So I'm like trying to figure this out. Like, what the hell? So we're just going to grab these. Arm symmetrical makes sense. Sorry, just been working. No, you're fine, dude. You are fine. Like I said, ain't no problem. I do appreciate, though. This is going to be 14. It fell between the table and my fat. Anyway. Honestly, this doesn't really have any nubs to have to work off of there, so... Oh, no, I see it right there. I see one right there. So it says it's like this. Right? No, that can't be correct. I had to have clicked the wrong one. Yep, no, I clicked the wrong one. I was looking at that right there, and I should have been looking at that one right there. I needed 4. So this one's just going to have to set to the side. I need 4, which was... I was like, this isn't fitting properly. See what I mean? I screw up. We're human. Like, no, Cade, you have to get it perfect the first time. The moment you screw up one time, we're banning you. I'm so sorry. There we go. Get that a little bit there. There we go. Very nice. All right, so then this just goes right in. Gotcha. There you go. That's one arm. Done. And it'll go right in there. I'm going to wait until I get the other one done as well. And we'll put in both at the same time. Also, I forgot to put the music on loop. Darn it. Joker, what is up, my dude? He says, I got Goblin Slayer and Don Machi. I do feel like G.A. Bunko is a shoe-in for EN. I really hope it is. I fully agree with you. I hope that is. So. Would be really cool. Would be epic and awesome. I've already lost where the joint pieces are. Oh, over here. Gotcha. Okay. We need another. So I need to repeat these same exact steps, except reverse the hands. Once I get to that. So repeat the same thing. Excuse me. That felt good, though. E3. Don't lose those, sir. Hello, all, by the way. Yes. No, you were correct. We do. This is one of the most important runners in the entire damn thing. It's because it's got all the joints. I was setting that one on the PS5, and I was like, oh, let me toss it over here for some fucking reason. I'm an idiot. Oh, man. But yes, no, Bushiroad would be dumb if they don't put it into... They would absolutely be so dumb if they didn't bring it into EN. Like, I don't know what... We question a lot of stuff that they do anyway, let's be real. But we would be questioning even further beyond. So... B2. Now I'm getting text messages. Oh, no. Gotcha. Let's see what that's about. B2. Alright, so then it's B2 is these two pieces right here from the hands before. Yeah, so many good titles. Like I said, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of stuff that just needs to come over from it. And there's a lot of titles in it that I would just love to see in general. But yeah, Joker, how are you doing today? I hope all is going well. I'm assuming you're just waking up. But it is all according to Keikaku. So, just got home from work. Oh, damn, you just got home from work. It's 3 p.m. Holy shit. I like Danmachi mainly for the later seasons, hence why I'm excited for it. That's fair. That is totally fair. Okay, so we have to question Yami. Just real quick. When Yami, who is your favorite? Who is your favorite from Danmachi? I have an answer that I don't feel is a hot take. But I know some people are like, really? Your first shift now? Oh, you did say something about that. I honestly completely forgot that. Well, hello, welcome to the land of the semi-living. No, that's cool. I'm glad. Character Ryu? Yeah, that is Fanta's as well. Absolutely 100%. So totally understandable there. Ryu is a fantastic character. Mine is Hephaestus because I like the redhead blacksmith. So totally has nothing to do with my other favorite blacksmiths and stuff like that. Also, she's hot. Anyway, so not Liz, Hephaestus, but anyway, obviously Ryu is a fantastic character there. So no judgment ever. Let's see. I gotta go back to A9, 2, and 3. I gotta swap because this one has all of those. Call me boring, but I find Hestia to be very interesting. She's entertaining. I will give you that any day of the week. But in terms of like waifu material or like, I mean, or husbando, we do not judge here. To each their own. But like, I don't think it's boring per se, but I think most of her appeal is in her chest that people have. I mean, granted, if you're a boobs man, by all means, I feel you. But I feel, as a character, she's aight. Hestia's aight. I'm not gonna judge. She wouldn't be my first pick for you for some reason. LMAO, that's a new answer. Haven't heard that one. Really? Come on. Hephaestus is great, man. We need more. She doesn't get enough screen time. Let's be real. But when she's on screen, I am waiting with bated breath, going, yes, ma'am. So use that knowledge against me if you need to. She's good. I'm trying to think of like who would be in that close second. Like Ryu is up there. Okay, in terms of characters, I will say Hestia has more personality other than her boobs. More personality than like say Eyes, where Eyes in my mind doesn't have as much like in terms of interesting. I don't know, like she's a Rei Ayanami clone at that point. She had a great moment in season 5. To be fair, I haven't watched season 5. Yeah, her screen time is limited. Yeah, sadly for Hephaestus, yeah, screen time is very limited. But we enjoy. It's also funny because she's like, yeah, I'm going to force Hestia to dress up as like a maid and work for me. And I'm just like, you know what? Based. Certified based. So. Okay. Honestly, I think I've heard you say something about liking Lily more. Maybe that's why my brain was like, that's interesting. I don't know why. Lily is great, though. Lily is great. But like I said, Hestia, I do feel has more personality than, say, like Eyes or whatever. What was, What did Hestia call her? Wallen what's it? Yeah, no, I'm kind of the same. I need to catch up on the newer seasons. Eyes just feels there. I don't hate her, but yeah, you're right. She's just kind of taking up a slot in my mind. That's just me. She's just kind of there for, like, Belle to be like, I like. But I mean, it's whatever. I'm not the creator of it, so I obviously have no say in the characters. Let's see. Season 4 and 5 carry the anime. Really? Damn. I'm reading that like, okay. No, I can get that for the highly recommended of season 4. I remember Moroku was one of the ones who definitely, like, especially season 4, I remember him highly praising. I haven't heard him highly praise season 5 yet, but I think that's because he's just waiting to finish it. I don't think he's finished season 5 yet. Aiming to that. Eyes is a doll, but not in a good way. Damn. So, I mean, there are characters who have, like, that type of personality that's a little bit better to me, as opposed to Eyes. That's just me personally, to each their own. Then we gotta go back over here. Get this little piece out. Like, I really do need to catch back up on Danmachi. Like, 1,000%. That might be a good watch-along thing. I've been wanting to do a watch-along thing for, like, a hot minute in the Discord. I know a while back I was like, oh, we could, Season 5 had scheduling problems. Oh, okay. Maybe that's another reason why I haven't heard that much about it. That's fair. That's totally fair. If it had scheduling problems, you can't help that. I mean, did it have as bad as scheduling problems as, which I'll get back to the watch-along thing in a second here. Zom 100? Like, Zom 100 apparently had hella scheduling problems. But it also had one of the coolest premises and probably one of the best episode ones of, like, of a lot of anime that I've seen, personally. But, like, we would get, like, one episode every, like, 3 or 4 weeks or some shit because of, like, scheduling issues and stuff. So it was kind of crazy for that. I'm trying to remember the exact scheduling thing they had, but I don't remember what the issue was, but Bug Films cooked with that anime. They did a really good job. So, which one's supposed to be I had to copy the arm. I had on here, there's like these 3 little line things right here that face down. Nah, most of it aired in fall. They had to push they had to push just the last 5 episodes. That's weird. Like, Zom 100 did, I want to say it's that the first 5 or 6 episodes was weekly thing, and then the last, like, several episodes was all just kind of funky. I don't know. Let's see. Then we got to go back to E, quoting Jacksepticeye. E1 and 2, which is both of these. It was 16 episodes in season 5, so wasn't too bad. Okay. But, like, I've wanted to do... I mentioned doing, like, an Eminence and Shadow watch-along in the Base Damage Discord. Because I can stream that in the Discord. So... But I know we were going to... I was figuring doing a watch-along or something for... leading up to the release of Eminence. But I don't think that worked out timing-wise for people. I think at the time there was like some other stuff coming up. So I'm like, you know what? That's fair. But I would still love to do that for people who even just wanted to like rewatch Eminence, because honestly, it's just a fucking great show. I need to move this. There we go. All right. Let's see. Then this goes right there. Move brain. Why can't I think? Issues. So I have a mighty need. Oh, it's this right here. Burp. But no, that would be cool. Like, granted, I realize with Don Machi and trying to get a group of people to want to all watch it in the Discord, 5 seasons is a lot to try to get people committed to. I will admit that. Because I'm certain some people would be like, oh, start over from the beginning type deal. And I'm like, yes and no. I don't know. But, I'm going to set that to the side like before. This convo does make me want to play Goblin Slayer or Don Machi for locals this week. I ought to put a poll in the Discord. Yeah, if you want to, by all means, go for it. I'm trying to think, what would... Okay. Tell me this, though. What builds? What, I'd watch that? Hell yeah. What version of Goblin Slayer and what build for Don Machi? Because that is going to greatly affect my choice, honestly. Without knowing the builds, I would probably say Goblin Slayer. That's just me. Goblin Slayer, son. But if it doesn't include Guild Girl in there, I have to deduct points. Kidding. Let's see. Then... Oh, I'm a meta slave. I just have door pants for each. Oh my goodness. Got you. No, I mean, totally fine. Totally fine. It's in there. To each their own, my dude. If that's the case, I'll still vote in the poll. I would probably still say Goblin Slayer at that point. Just because. Even though we are talking like very highly of Don Machi, I just really like Goblin Slayer. It's just great. Series that I want to get more of. Oh, did not get that out of the way. I accidentally didn't get a piece there. That's my fault. There we go. There we go. There we go. Got it. Okay. Then the hands again, and I try not to mess up on this one. Let's see. Because I wanted just the open hand. I'm not going to have it holding any weapons or whatever. And then it is 4, or in this case 3. Okay. Then we got new folks coming out, so giving them a taste of Neg's soul is tempting. Yes. Put them in their place, and not Sora. Sora Neg Soul is stupid. What? Oh, you don't want to just summon out 3 level 3s at level 1? Oh no, that's honestly fair. That would just turn anybody away from it. Like, I mean, very similar to like if you just dropped like, oh here, drop 3 level 2 Alice's as soon as I hit level 1. Getting new people for Weiss is so difficult, man. I know we've talked about it. Weiss has like 0 mark. You're right. You're right. You say no. Not that Sora did that last time I played Neg Soul. Okay. Oh man. No, Yami, I'm the same way at this point. Like, I feel like if I just, like, me bitching about it does nothing, though, because as much as... I'll just go ahead and say it right here. There was a video I was going to make. I was going to make... So, last year, I made a joke April Fool's video. I won that event. Damn. Okay. I made a April Fool's video of... Make certain I have it on the correct side. That supposed to be that loose? I was about to say, hold on, that is way loose. That was more loose than I think it was supposed to have been, so I was confused that for a second there. Alright, Cade bitching about Bushiroad time. I made a joke video saying the true problem with Weiss Schwarz. And in the joke video, it was like, oh, it's because Weiss has a lame catchphrase saying, let's Weiss Schwarz. You know, it would sound like fucking Squidward saying it. Versus, and I will give them their credit where the other is stand up Vanguard. Like, they say it with gusto, like in the fucking Vanguard tournaments. So there you go. It's cool. Little top portion right there. Really neat. But I am not kidding that I wanted to make a follow-up video to that, like a serious not April Fool's video of me actually saying what the true problem with Weiss Schwarz is. And I'm going to say it right now. It is the 0 marketing. The true problem with Weiss is Bushi. Like, let's be real. And this is just my opinion. Sorry, I'm trying to shake off the bat again. Weiss's biggest problem is Bushiroad. 0 marketing is stupid. They ought to push it more widely. Exactly. And I understand from a business sense. You want to prioritize the marketing of your own products that you own the rights to. So when you have Vanguard, when you have Buddy Fight, when it was still around, a little more so, I mean, Hololive, I guess they own the rights to the Hololive TCG and everything. And they're still not even promoting the Hololive TCG as much from what I feel like. It's just kind of like, oh, hey, we're just going to show VTubers on the presentation screen, and you're clearly just going to flock to it. And I'm like, damn, call me out like that, which does happen. But I know there's people who care. I know there's people who do give a shit. But someone in higher up Bushi just doesn't seem to give a shit about Weiss. And that's just me. I'm certain that there's a lot of people in the community that share that sentiment. There's IPs in Weiss that people would love to play and they just don't talk about it. Don could have been way more successful. Honestly, correct. I do feel that Don should have been a much bigger set than what it actually was in terms of popularity. I'm glad it still got recognition. But also when it's like, oh, hey, you're only getting like 2 signature cards instead of like the other ones that I think... Because JP had more SPs, if I'm not mistaken. Joker, this. Like... I don't think it's a hot take, but I've already screwed... My entire channel has already screwed up any chance I have of ever getting like working with Bushi or working with... I doubt that I could apply for the fucking judge program because they'd be like, oh yeah, who are you? And I tell them my fucking name. Hey, do you stream? Oh, I mean, I make YouTube videos. About what? What, Weiss Schwarz? And they'd just be like, what's the channel name, buddy? I can just imagine getting grilled right there, and they go, oh, your base damage? Well, have a nice day. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, probably. All right, so that is, before I continue on the rant, that is it for the arms. The rest of it is, honestly, defeat. And the waist. There is a waist portion as well, it seems. So that's it. I just need to make the waist portion and 2 legs, and I wonder if I could just speed through and make that. I might try to see how fast I can make the feet real quick, because I think that shouldn't be too terrible. Like, now that I know to double up, I know to just go ahead and double up and just go through all that really fast. Also, this boy's feet is whack. Like, look, this is what it's supposed to look like in the end. Holy shit. Anyway, point being, so I truly, let me go ahead and get these before, while I'm ranting. I need the D ones. That's all A over there. This is the, these two yellow ones are both D. So from D and B, oh, and I do need a little thing from E as well. So I just know to go ahead and double up on this. So I need both of these out. But no, like I legitimately was going to make a video just like, yeah, Weiss Schwartz's biggest problem is Bushiroad. And that's sad. That it feels... I'm certain there's someone in higher up Bushi that cares. But I'm also certain someone in higher up Bushi is probably like, yeah, can we just go ahead and kill this card game? No. Don't screw up. No, you're right. That's what I'm saying. Like we can't help it. And honestly, they can't get mad at the criticism when they do drop the ball. And I really don't like just talking negative about them, but I mean, they fucking give me so much opportunity and so much ammunition to talk shit. If they didn't give me the fucking ammunition, it wouldn't happen. I'm just saying. All right. Let's see. On the B ones, on B1 and B2, there should be a piece each that looks like this. 31 on each of them. Gotcha. So it's this flat piece. Like, and like I said, that was going to be a whole video. I decided against it because I think around that time is when the content creator program thing came out. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't post this and see if this... I mean, my channel's already ruined my chances with it anyway. They never responded back to me, by the way. They're not trying hard enough. It's a passive cash cow for them. Why out more effort than what they have to do? No, you're right. You are 1,000% correct. There is zero inconsistencies with that statement. It's calling it a passive cash cow is, yeah, no, that is correct. D1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I just need to clip out all of these. And I honestly feel if they focused on it a bit more, that it would be... If Vanguard didn't exist, yeah, they would be forced to acknowledge Weiss. I say this with all the love of the people in the community that do love Vanguard. I don't dislike Vanguard. I really don't. But yeah, when it gets shoved in... When I'm opening a Weiss booster box, this is me true bitching mode for a second here. When I open up a Weiss Schwarz booster box, I should not... Vanguard is and always will be more popular, but I'd say this is their second in line. Weiss is absolutely their second in line, 1,000%. They don't want it to be. They want it to be something else. They want it to be their own product that they own the rights to, as opposed to having to shill out for, you know, the cost of SPs and stuff. That's, yeah. That's why we get Bang Dream pushed so much, because they own the rights to it. They don't have to go to another person and be like, "Sir, we would like to pay you for the rights of this particular signature for this signed waifu card that we want to make," and then have to explain, you know, what the fuck's going on. They don't have to do that for Bang Dream, and that's understandable. And honestly, I'm happy for them on that. Like, okay, that's cool. That's really cool. By all means, get that bag, right? But I also don't need to be telling Bushi to get the bag when they, you know, should be, you know, already more aware. When I'm opening a box of card, be for a completely different game. And that's just me. I think that is dumb. I do not agree with that. I do not subscribe to that. And that is just my personal opinion. That I feel they should, you know, do not advertise Buddy Fight to me with your promo cards in my Weiss Schwarz boxes. Give me Weiss Schwarz promos. That is what I bought the box for Weiss Schwarz cards, not for Buddy Fight cards. But that's their marketing. And to my knowledge, and I've looked this up because I tried to research this shit for a video. I looked up if I need the big claw in the back here from the other one. I need this one. I did look up if they've ever done the same thing for other card games. Like, ooh, have they ever, I will eat my words if they have put Weiss Schwarz promos in a Vanguard box or in a Buddy Fight box. Nope. From what I can tell from my research, that has never happened, and it never will. So, obviously, I think I got all the pieces here. This dude has some crazy looking feet right here. I'm just saying. Holy cow, Batman. This clips up into here. Gonna do like this. And then this comes up through here. Kind of see how this does is like you got that. It goes kind of inside there and then pushes up so that it comes through the top there. Okay. Yeah. So I mean that was almost a video. If anybody wants to steal that idea, cool. You can take the heat from Bushiroad. By all means, go for it. But that is kind of my honest opinion on it. I legitimately feel that they are their own worst enemy. And that's just, I hate that that's how it is, man. I really do. Let's see. Is this supposed to come all the way up like that? From what I can tell, according to this little diagram here. Because we're about to go back to A and get 1 and 16. A1 is this big piece right here. So, that is just my opinion. That is just my... Hololive is very interesting. They could easily market it compared to the others. I know they've done it before. But push more VTuber PvPs. Yeah, I would agree. They could do something. Is it going to happen? But I realize it's going to come down to a business thing. What I say and how I bitch is not going to affect what they do. Because at the end of the day, they're about making money. And rightfully so. They wouldn't be putting the product out there if they didn't want to make money for it. Like 1,000%. And the fact that they are still clearly making money off of Weiss Schwarz is one reason it's not dead. So... They're like, damn, this keeps making us shitloads of money. Where do we put this money in? Yeah, I would love to see a comparison of how much money from Vanguard versus how much money from Weiss Schwarz paid for, all of the Bang Dream anime to be made, That'd be an interesting little deep dive there. Don't think we're ever going to get it in our lifetime, but I think that'd be an interesting little deep dive. Kind of messing that up if I could do it anymore. Let's see. So, this goes down into here. Somehow I'm more scared of Union Arena's existence for Weiss. That thing worries me. Money go where? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I feel Union Arena is scary in a different way. Obviously, that's the only other IP based thing that is close enough to Weiss for obvious reasons. I also did not go through all these other pieces that I should have, and that's my fault. But because Bandai actually promotes its games. No, you're right. It may kill them off fast, but it does promote their games 1,000%. And also the fact that there's now IPs from Weiss, or that were in Weiss first. Bandai games still look like Garbo. You're not wrong. There are, and especially with shonen IPs that Weiss is never going to get. UA especially. When Union Arena started, it was just shonen. They've expanded into much of everything now, especially previous Weiss sets. Yeah, because they've expanded into the previous sets that were just in Weiss, it's like, oh, I can go either way. That sounds weird. Context. Card games. Like, a new player could go, well, I could go into either game, which one's cheaper to get into. So then you have to look at how long has the set been out in Union Arena versus how long has it been out in, Weiss. Because the longer a set's been out in Weiss, typically, it's harder to pick up. So, it just kind of depends. Let's see. I'm kind of mad they got ReZero. Right? Like, honestly, you're like, damn, now I have to pick up this card game because ReZero stuff. Just to name a few. Yes! That is that pissed me off the most. They got the fucking Rize movie. But Bushiroad wasn't on that shit. I wanted the Rize movie and why something fierce. Maybe we'll still get it. Hopium, Copium, whatever. Slime Season 3. We're still going to get Slime stuff. It's too much of a cash cow. And Mushoku Season 2. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get more Mushoku at this point, to be fair. At this point, also, I think the Mushoku, in the West at least, I think a lot of the interest for Mushoku just died off. That's just my opinion. But I heard a lot less people talking about it than Season 1. Oh my goodness, everybody was praising it for good reason. It was fucking great. The second season did not do well by comparison. It was they also changed production studios, if I'm not mistaken. Nikkei and ReZero are the only things that seem fine. Yeah, that's fair. So, we have cleared off one of the yellow runners, so this is completely and totally done. So, trash. There's still stuff in the other one. There's 3 pieces right here for something. This looks like literally is like a handle of a sword. I don't know. Anyway, continue on this one. Here's please more Mushoku. You want more Mushoku specifically in Weiss? I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I'd be happy for any set to get more stuff. Minus, once again, we don't need more Bang Dream. We don't need more SAO. We do not need more Attack on Titan. Give us new shit for the most part. But that's whatever. Let's see. Still same studio part 1. I get it for Mushoku part 2 popped. Did it I heard a lot of people just kind of go, oh, it's mostly just him talking about ED. I need more Roxy. You know what? That's fair. I'll take more of oh my god, what was her name? Giselle? I forget the one with the standby combo. I can't fucking think of her name. I'm ending up doing a little wood carving here with the tip of it. What the hell? Anyway. Season 2 is great. Okay, I heard people say it fell off, though. But, I mean, once again, anime fans can't be happy with stuff, to be fair. Let's see. I can't be happy with half of my stuff. Understandably so. Ghislaine, I don't... I didn't know if I should just say Ghislaine, because that sounds bad. But, it's whatever. This is going to go in the... right there. Yeah, I just wasn't certain how to pronounce her name because Ghislaine sounds bad. I just know she hot. I have priorities clearly. Oh, she hot. Anyway, where was the other one? It was 1 and 16. Because it's this. Yeah, because it's both of those. Let's see. No island time here. Oh, no, you're right. Oh, shit. Sorry, didn't mean to bump you. Boop, got your everything. I got your nose, chat. Yes. I go up to Virginia and just grab Joker's nose and I'd be like, what the fuck, dude? No. Ghislaine, something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I knew it was pronounced like a different way. I just remember seeing her and going, damn, she hot. Anyway. Not beating the Gooner allegations today. Cougar lady is pretty hot. No butt, though. You right. You right. There is... It's that meme of like... says statement, bottom text. Oh, man. There we go. And... Alrighty, there we go. We got 2 feet. That's supposed to come up right there. Defeat. So, kind of cool. I think this is probably going to beat my size 16 shoe. I'm fairly certain the actual robot size is going to beat, that. So, let's set those over there. They were dropping letters when they could. No, you right. You right. Alright, so the legs seem to be a bit of a process. Which, once again, it's doubling up, though, for the entirety of it. So, let's see if we can at least get that real quick. It'd be cool if I could get it, but I also realize it's almost 4 o'clock. Because 4:30 is about the time when people come home and I have to help with stuff. So... Rize Arc 1 and Trust next year. Nah, for real. Here's hoping. Season 2 of Mushoku, definitely a JP first type of set. Yeah, I could see that. I would hope in the end. It's this close to 4 o'clock for me. I'm probably just going to call it here. But we got, at least in one set, in less than 3 hours. Honestly, if it wasn't for all the talking and other stuff in between, you could honestly chalk this up to 2 hours of the upper torso, the arms, and the feet. Give me another like half hour and I could get both of the legs and the waist type deal. But like I said, it's getting close enough. I'm just going to go ahead and call it here for the building aspect of it. Here we go. Stubby. I just did like that and it kind of sat up there just like that. But so I may try to finish this off stream. I may try to finish it up. I don't know just yet. I will decide that at a later day. There is also... So, another big reason is there is like all the little back portion, like funnel pieces. Just to show as an example. You got like these 3 that are all meant to like layer on top of each other. So he's got other stuff going on in the back. And you probably... Not too horrible on that one, but then you're like almost done, I think. So you just got to get like the little kind of decorations of the waist and everything. Was Mushoku an Ian set? It was JP first, if I'm not mistaken. It was in both. Yeah. It was I want to say it was JP first, and then we got it in English. So, but all right, I'll go ahead and call it here then. So yes, thank you very much to everyone who joined in. You see in the Discord. Yeah, I'll probably hop in there in a few minutes here. Thank you very much, Yami. I know Weiss and Husky Ninja were in here earlier. Go subscribe to them and check them out. I would love to see their subscriber counts skyrocket past mine before the end of the year. I think that would be epic. And yeah, I'll probably try to messing with this like another day or something. Once again, shout out to the Marcus and Julian from Hangar 18. If you end up watching this, I do greatly appreciate. Didn't complete it in this stream, but it's whatever. It's all good. So, also, I did look up something because I got to thinking about this for the past couple streams. There is like a raid out function in YouTube, but I don't have enough subscribers for it. Literally, you have to have like over 1,000 subscribers to be able to raid out to people. Or it's like 1,500. I forget exactly the amount. I don't have enough. So, it's whatever. Yeah, I'm going to sign off here. Stay safe and remember to stay based. Y'all have a wonderful day.